Hey everyone, it's David. Oh my word, I have been so busy the last couple of months. For those of you who don't know me, I work full-time. I have 3 parrots, 16 dart frogs, including tadpoles I'm raising. I have hundreds of plants, and most recently I've been working on a landscaping project converting about 2,000 square feet of lawn to drought-tolerant gardens. I'll be making a separate video on this in the future, so if you'd like to see that, be sure to hit the subscribe button. In the meantime, I wanted to make this video and share some of my cactus and orchid blooms with you. First, I wanted to give you an update on my Ludisia Discolor. About a week ago, I cut off all of the flower spikes and pruned back the plant. Here's what the flower spikes look like at the end of their life. The plant's been blooming since January, so the blooms lasted about 3 months. And here's what the plant looks like after I pruned it back. And by pruning the plant like this, I'm hoping to encourage a bushier plant next year. I'm excited to see how that turns out. And also by pruning back the plant, I now have quite a few Ludisia Discolor cuttings. This is actually not all of them. And I'm considering sharing some of these Ludisia Discolor cuttings with my viewers. So if you'd like to be sent a Ludisia Discolor cutting, send me a message and we can see if we can make that happen. And if you'd like to learn more about this orchid, please check out my video that's all about Ludisia Discolor. Also blooming since January is my large paphiopedilum orchid. I also shared this in an earlier video. I suspect that the flower will fade away in April. I love how many orchid flowers last so long. And a couple other paphiopedilum orchids I have blooming are in this terrarium right here, and let's take a closer look at those. Also in bloom right now is this Dendrobium. It was labeled buttercup. I don't know how accurate that name is. It usually blooms twice a year for me. Sometimes it sends up multiple spikes, although this time it only sent up 1 spike, although it is working on a new growth right now as well. Also in bloom right now is this Oncidium type orchid named Rex's Lucky Firefly. I find that it blooms quite freely and it's a fragrant orchid, although not as fragrant as my Lutesia orchid. I also have a Twinkle Oncidium in another terrarium. Let's take a look at that. Also in bloom right now is this Phalaenopsis orchid. This is the first time it's bloomed for me. Phalaenopsis orchids tend to be fairly easy to care for, and the blooms last a very long time. It's also one of the most widely available orchids, so it tends to be many people's first orchid. Also, if you ever buy cut flowers, you may consider instead buying a Phalaenopsis orchid. The blooms on the Phalaenopsis orchid will last much longer than a bouquet of flowers. And if you're able to care for the orchid, you have a chance that the plant could rebloom the following year as well. And also, to give you a quick update on my cactus collection, now that it's been warming up in my area, I've been working on moving my cactus out of the winter greenhouse and onto shelving. I've also been planting some of my cactus collection into the ground this year. Let's take a closer look at some of my cactus that have bloomed recently. Thanks for watching. I hope you're having a wonderful spring. And remember, with no winter, spring wouldn't be so pleasant. Until next time, bye!